What is up, my viewers? Spang here, bringing you another World of Tanks gameplay commentary. This is a match from my best friend in the whole wide world, Tank677, and he is actually here with me at this moment. Say hello.
Hello.
So, yeah, if you didn't quite catch it, the introduction said co-op commentary, which, you know, those always involve me and my buddy here. He is in his Object 268, and it is a fairly even fight against, you know, the two teams. Wouldn't you say so?
Yep. Yeah, no real big advantages to either team.
Except
they
for,
they
well,
get
maybe
shafted on scouts, but
yeah. Except for maybe that T95, the rolling death machine that so many people, seriously, even as a tier 10 tank, I can't get through that thing half the time. Okay.
Yeah, I can't touch it.
It's more like 95% of the time. But that's why I just switched to gold rounds. I mean, I see you've started carrying premium rounds since the patch. I wasn't actually aware of that.
Oh, I was, even before the patch, I kept 10 loaded for clan battles, because
really?
if I shoot 20 bullets in a match anyway, that's very rare, yeah.
See, I never caved. When they did cost gold, I never spent gold on them.
I did it for, like, if we were doing a land defense or some land attacks.
Okay, so anyway.
I would always carry them if we needed.
Yeah, anyway, this E75 getting in a very bad position.
Yeah.
Getting absolutely demolished.
Probably didn't expect that.
Yeah, well, he really should have been a little more precautious, but that bat chat and that T71, just the, I know the T71's an American, but it's a French. The French really just taking it to him right there. Apparently Germans get owned by French in this game and not the other way around like in World War II.
Yeah, I haven't actually looked too much at the T70, but it looks
it's
decent. Pretty well for itself.
In my opinion, it is better than the AMX 1375, which is the French equivalent. But anyway, you killing off that low, the enemy not really doing much to the north. Your team hasn't really seen anything there yet. And enemy artillery spotted, so hopefully one of your arty will be able to take care of that. But the enemy team really seeming to, well, understandably play defensive after that last thing. And that,
right.
This Chaffee.
Oh, yeah, this is the match I was actually talking to one of the guys I work with. We were working on schedule.
Wait.
So you see me just pause sometimes and do nothing.
So wait, I already know the end result of this match. For anyone watching and wondering, yes, I know the end result of this match. And you were playing it distracted.
Yeah.
What?
For a part, I think this was the last distraction right here. I'm
okay.
Just sitting here doing nothing.
Okay, fair enough. So anyway, really.
But yeah, because when that TP came out, you notice I didn't do anything, and here I'm doing nothing.
Well, except for making your shell eat the ground, but really, what else was there? Artillery trying to take a few shots at you, which is odd. Ooh, wow, things just got very bad for you very quickly.
Yeah, I always get lit up from that area up there. I'm trying to find a better spot.
Yeah, well, I mean,
since they changed the map, it used to be safer.
Yes, it did, and this map did undergo significant, although not too drastic, but they are significant changes. So it really was a game changer to an extent, but at the same time, it's not like it's an entirely new map, but you do have to reevaluate your spots. So the enemy team actually seeming to come back from it here, and I don't necessarily agree with your position right here.
Yeah, I didn't know what I was doing here. I just didn't want to move or something.
Well, and you know, you get why I'm saying that, right? I mean, artillery. That's basically what it comes down to. But
I was hoping I could get fire and get behind that rock, and there is good camo there, so as long as they don't spot me, I'm fine.
And you have x10, so you know well in advance of when you're spotted. And the enemy team, really, it's looking very unfortunate for your team right now. 3-6. Your team was off to such a good start, especially with that E75 just getting absolutely demolished. But you've got two tier 9s on your 6, and you really are E100, and he knows you're there too. Yeah. Oh, wow! Some good luck for you. Just
bouncing that round was crucial.
Very much so. He could have easily, well, he wouldn't have killed you. He had no chance of killing you, but it still would have been very unfortunate. And now I have to say you're making the right choice here. Simply because you need to get back to base and take care of that threat. I mean, that bat chat might get killed by Artie, but... And he does. Apparently, I am psychic. Are you fully aware? Were you aware of that tank destroyer? Yeah.
Nope. Didn't know he was back there at all until I spotted him. But
well, I mean, it seemed like you might have been unaware even for a little bit after the fact. Oh, not even zooming in.
Yeah. No, I saw him, but I just wanted to get cover.
Okay.
He was going to shoot me anyway, so.
So probably that Yogg Panther 2 being the guy who shot you before. I mean,
no, I actually think that was a T4 up on the hill, if I remember right.
And right here, the gates of hell just rain. Hellfire. Gates of hell have been opened, and the demons rush forth.
I'm expecting to take a little bit of damage. That was more than I wanted.
Yeah, well, I mean, you're like, I am fine. And then death. And then you're like, run away. Essentially. But, I mean, at this point, your team really has turned this around. It is very... The enemy team is really not in a good position right now because they only have 3 tanks left and 4 artillery. And your team has 6 tanks and 2 artillery. Which, I'd rather have your team's tank composition than the enemy's at this point.
Right.
Artillery is not...
a bit heavier.
Yeah, definitely. It is more beneficial because... I mean, you can have all the artillery in the world, but if you don't have anything to spot, well, then you're kind of out of luck. I mean, that kind of goes back to the situation we found ourselves in last night when you were playing your Panther and I was playing my S51. We could have won that if luck had been on our side a little more.
Yeah. Yeah.
And that just...
issues.
Yeah, really. Well... That was part of it, and part of it was just the game not liking us at that particular moment in time. So, ooh, free artillery shot, and you haven't been spotted, thanks to 6th Sense, we know that. And there you go. Oh, I've seen those guys around. Those, the guys with that clan tag.
Oh, yeah.
I don't know if they're good or not.
A little bit, not much.
A little bit, but, I mean, the table's turning here to an extent. I don't know how much health
still got
that...
the E4.
Yeah. Is it an E4? Yeah.
I think so.
Yeah, it's an E4. But, what happened? What did your team just lose? Weren't you up by a tank just a moment ago?
Oh, we lost... I think it was the T110.
Ah. Well, no, you mean the E5? Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. So
we had another tier 10 on there.
Anyway, this game, you know, when you told me how this game turned out for you, I expected it to be a bit more dramatic. I mean, it's kind of dramatic. Just
it's there. It's more of just a lot of shooting.
Yeah. But I mean, let's not fool ourselves at the same time. If artillery hits you, you're done. And no, speak of the devil. But
trying to come get me.
Yeah. I could tell that wasn't going to end well for him as soon as you backed up. He should have backed off. He really should have.
Yeah. Just thought I was still looking the other way, I guess. And had I been, it would have been a different story.
Oh yeah, totally different story, but not the case. Apparently that did you catch what killed that E50? I mean, what the E50 I messed up. Did you catch if that E50 killed the E4? Also,
I don't actually remember who killed him. Yeah, I was hoping Artie would shoot him. So I was really worried where that E50 was.
Well,
I figured, you know, smart, he'd come back to base and shoot me. But
well, yeah, I understand that. That is a completely valid concern. I mean, you're in no condition to take on an E50M at all. I mean, normally an E50M is a very dangerous target for you normally.
Right.
So it's not something you want to take on. And here you know he isn't there anymore, so...
Right. Free reign.
Yeah,
pick on some artillery.
Yeah, I mean, also it's kind of like your only gameplay at this moment. It's your only option.
Right.
The S51 getting demolished. And did you have any idea where that M12 was at this point?
No, I don't think he's been lit at all. And you'll see me, I go looking for him. and I was hoping to find him before I had to run back to base, because you know it's nice to not have enemies on both sides of you.
Yeah, it is, but you didn't. Well, obviously you haven't watched my most recent gameplay. You don't really watch my gameplays. Some friend you are.
Some of them, every once in a while.
But anyway, so this kind of reminds me of a situation that I put a KV-1 in, or it was a tier 6 tank. It was a T-150. And I was playing my tier 4 artillery. And I basically put him in the position of having to leave my base. He had made it all the way back to my base, and the only thing that was left, he's tier 6 heavy, right? My team had 2 tier 5 mediums, both one-shots, and myself alive. And the T-150 was on our base, but our mediums were on their base. So he looked for me, but I hid. And then he had no choice but to go back to his base. And he almost kills our mediums, but leaving one alive. And the one stays alive long enough and spots him, and I just kill him as arty. Basically forcing him to be in a position where he had no choice but to expose himself to artillery. Because either he looks for me and he loses because of capture, or he goes back to base and takes his chances that I shell him to death. And you're in that same position. It's not ideal,
yep.
But I mean, it's not as bad for you. You have that mountain as your safety. So, certainly not as horrible of a position. Are you spotted?
No. This, that bush in front of me. He doesn't even know I'm here.
Poor little E50. Now you're spotted. And you're getting out of there. So, very smart move. I'm just curious. I was
surprised on a couple of the places when I didn't get spotted. Yeah. When I shot the S51 earlier and then this one.
Ooh, artillery. That's either a hint that artillery is north or south of you. Because they sure as hell.
Yeah, because I was wondering if he'd ran up to A0. But then when I saw that shell land there, I was like, haha.
I have you now.
Where you are now.
Yeah, it becomes pretty obvious at that point. But I just have to ask. I know when I get into these positions where, well, not all the time, but a lot of times where I get in these high stakes situations where I am the last thing between my team and the enemy team winning, and it's an incredibly unlikely thing that my team's gonna win. Do you start like shaking a little, like from the adrenaline?
Oh, yeah, the adrenaline, yeah. Not so much in this one because it was kind of low paced.
Right.
It wasn't like I was getting rushed and having to react a lot. There was a lot of waiting, so.
I find it hilarious.
It was definitely there.
I find it hilarious. Yeah. You call it low paced, yet you have 9 kills, and you're about to get your 10th. So, really, yeah. It really becomes an unfortunate situation right here, where you kind of artillery playing it pretty smart. Essentially, both of you a one-shot, and if either of you miss, it's a long reload for both of you. Smart option here. I like how you're backing up.
I wasn't sure how to get it, or how to get him, because either side he can beat me on turning before I can fire.
True.
So I figured if I can lose the spot on him, he won't know quite where I am if I pop up again.
Well, and here's how I would have played this situation out. I mean, you did it well. Yes. In an ammo rack. Total overkill. Yeah. But I don't know if I would have played it like that. What I probably would have done was I would have gone on the capture and tried to force his hand. Like, force him to come after me. Because as a tank destroyer, he would have to come around the corner and spot you. And then being an artillery piece, he has an incredibly long aim time, and you'd already be aimed.
Right.
So, I mean, and you had enough time to capture. Barely enough, but if you kept backing up, you would have had just enough time to capture. Because it was at the 150 mark when you would have been on the cap, 145. So, you played it well. I mean, obviously you got into a position where he couldn't shoot you at all. Which is why he tried to back up. But, yeah, really, just a very impressive game. You beat my best kill of any match because I've topped out at 9. I can't seem to get that 10th kill. But, I mean, it really does come down to a lot of luck at the same time. I mean, hell, you could have gotten 11 kills if you had been fortunate enough to get the final shot on that E75, and those 2 French tanks didn't absolutely destroy him.
Yep.
So it is what it is. But any final thoughts on this match? Any final things you want to say before it's over?
Not really. Just one thing that did lead to the high kill streak was I got a lot of finishing shots on tanks. I didn't do a whole lot of like damage that match.
Yeah.
There's a lot of low HP kills.
Yeah. That is true. So you probably didn't get as much experience or credits as you would have otherwise.
Right.
But still, I've noticed...
It's fun.
Yeah, it's fun. And I have noticed that World of Tanks, even though damage is incredibly important to how much experience and credits you get, they do give you bonuses for the kills. So even if you do... I've seen matches where I've gotten significantly more damage done than other players, but I will get less experience and credits because I didn't get as many kills as them. And so it does give you a bonus, but at the same time, I've also seen matches where I have gotten like 1 kill and I've gotten more experience than a guy with, say, 3 kills, just because of what I damaged. And that also factors into it, what you damage. But again, done rambling. Anything you want to say about this match besides you get, what's it called, the Pools medal or something? 10 or more kills?
Yeah, pools and then something for killing 4 artillery. I can't remember what it's called.
Oh yeah, I remember seeing that as well in your stats.
Yeah, that's what it shows here. I'll see if I can send you this video. I don't know how we can pull that off, but I recorded the in-game screen.
Oh no, don't worry about it. Like I said, it's not that important. And for me, it's okay. But anyway, so no final closing comments.
Join the server.
Okay. And we're ignoring people. And Corellia is probably going to come in the channel, so we have to hurry this up. So if you like this video, click that like button. If you want to see more, subscribe. And as always, if you got a replay, send it to spanglereplays@gmail.com. Email is in the description. And as always, this has been Tank. I said this has been Tank.
Tank?
No, I said this has been Spang, and I am signing off.